Hello, fellow truthers. This is Captain Chris broadcasting you live, actually recorded from the Walgreens parking lot. The fuck was I saying? Yeah, weather update. It's fucking freezing here in South Florida right now. Gang of penguins just fucking jumped me, and I told them I don't have any money, so then they, let me go. Anyways, wanted to say that I'm gonna attach a video to the description of this. It's he's like Swedish or something like that, and I found his channel recently, and his videos, like, and what he talks about and the timing is just spot on. So what I wanted to get is, we gotta remind ourselves that, like, with this whole like convid 1 through 9 or whatever, and stuff like that, like how retarded it is. Like, we gotta remind ourselves how funny it is. It's like, we can talk people like somewhat into like, there's nothing going on, like chill the hell out, but they still don't get it. So, one second. So, in this Divine Comedy, it just, like, look at this shit and be like, it's crazy that they shut down the whole world for a flu, like, but also too, not only is it funny, but what I'm really getting at is, if that's possible for things like that in this world to happen, right? If that's possible, which, like, say 2 years ago, I never would have thought this would happen or it'd be even possible. Like, people aren't that dumb, right? But yeah, stuff like that can happen. And so if that's possible, the things that, what I really want, and this goes for you, what you really want to be, this place is way more magical than at least I was originally told. And I get personal examples of that, like, every day, several times a day now. So it's not, what do you really want to be? Not morally, honestly to yourself. What is it that is, like, deep down? What are some of the fantasy images that come up daydreaming? What? And everyone's always talking about love this, love that, peace, love, namaste. Yeah, that's part of it too. But no, see, the whole thing though is life wants more potent life, like, wants real, like, love, and wants, oh shit moments. People call them near-death experiences. I call them near-life experiences. And like Aleister Crowley said something like, if you're gonna do drugs, do drugs. If you're gonna fall for love hard. If you're gonna hurt and suffer hard, And that's the whole thing, is like, some of us, people that would like relate to my videos in quantum conscience or whatever, the deep truthers or whatever, they started getting into the spirituality, and so I have. But we have to realize that we are different than everyone else around us. We are different. So we should treat ourselves differently, like the things that other people care about. We're so used to, like, oh, we have to care about that too because we're just like them. No. We're not like them. We remind yourself daily that you are not like the rest of the people. You are here for a certain reason, and you do have we all have our own unique at different degrees or whatever, and we all have our own places, but we have powers. We have magical powers, and you don't know yourself or selves yet. So like, don't get caught up on like, oh, this situation's going on. Oh, I'm supposed to be depressed about this, or I should be upset about this. No. Gotta remember that you're different and go about things differently. And what is it that you really, really want? Like, you might have thought that it was out of your grasp before, like, oh, because what we're taught is like, I'm like this, and I have to work really, really hard. Say if it's money or some shit, work really, really hard and when I work my ass off and I have no life, then I can finally. No, when you tap into shit, you can, like, when you find those connections, it's just gonna happen. Because that's the way things are supposed to be. Like, how we know of power, say, like the president, we know now that he's not, those people aren't the ones actually in charge. Those are just the show captains. When you go on a cruise ship, if you ever meet the captain during dinner, that's not the captain. That's the show captain. I know, I went to Merchant Marine Academy and studied all this shit. So, what is it that you really, really want? What is it that you really, really want to be? And if it's something crazy or whatever, and you think it's unattainable, well, did you ever think that this whole COVID 1 through 9 was going to happen? That was even possible? For the whole world to just, like, retarded, Or if, like, you say you want a certain sexual life or something, be like, oh, like, that never happened. Why could that not happen? Look at what's happening around you. If what's happening around you, that's possible, apparently. So why wouldn't it, sometimes in our dreams at night, we forget that it's a dream. Or sometimes even when we forgot it was a dream. Sometimes in our dream at night, we forget that anything is possible inside our dream. I think that's all I want to say. Yeah, just laugh. This is pretty crazy. Like, no one's really being killed or whatever. Actually, Matt's recent video at Quantum of Conscience, he's talking about the evil minions, how they inject violence and death. He said it towards the end. Like I was saying earlier, people get caught up on love this, love that, peace, love, namaste, which is important. And we do need a break from the shit that we've been going through. But you're never gonna do away with the awfulness of life. You are never gonna do away with the awfulness of life. No matter what we do, it's always gonna be there. It's part of the intensity of life. You have the ups and downs. It's another flavor of life to make it more potent. Life wants to be more potent. When we move forward, it wants new experiences, new emotions, new ways for reality, right? Reality to behave. So people get so caught up, including the guy, I'm gonna put one of his videos in the description. He seems like he gets really caught up on that too. Listen, I'm not for, like, let's make this shit fucking horrible, but there is something to having even the experience that we've been going through, which has been very tough. I mean, for me, it's like, I think it's way easier to know that you're being abused instead of being lied to while you're being abused and misinformed and misdirected, while saying, no, this is totally fine, this is totally normal. And the people that are, like, abusing you, like, deep, like, it's one thing if you're getting lashed, right? Or, they're lining up people and 2 people per bullet, like what happened to my grandparents at the hands of our allies, the Russians, in World War II. You don't hear about people like you don't hear too much about shit like that, but it's one thing, that kind of abuse and tyranny. It's a whole, to me, it's more even a worse tyranny, being tyrannized but indirectly while saying this is normal, and then if you have a problem with it, you're crazy. And that's harder. And you know what, we've endured it, and now it's time for us to regroup, regain our power, figure out who, like, I mean, is this exciting? Like, if, say, the convid is possible and stuff like that, then what else is possible? What are you possible? Like, what can you possibly do? And who could you possibly actually be? It's a whole, whole frontier ahead of you. Do you understand this? Like, and it's not just in front of you, but it's within you. So, I mean, just, so, man, I'm getting so off track here. But, like, Nietzsche was right about fucking so much shit. But it's when he's talking about, like, the Ubermensch, like, the higher person. It's basically, okay, God is dead, at least the concept of God, right? So we need now the superhumans. We need to become that, us. The dynamic of what we consider powerful, like, say, the presidents, or like people that have a bunch of that green paper, right, called money. It's like we say, oh, they're powerful or successful on how much they weigh, how much that green paper do they have, how much of those gold coins do they have, how many cars do they have. It's like how heavy you are, that's your success, really. Influencing people like us, like, we've tried to, you know, like, use common sense, logic, facts, right? There are no facts, but only interpretations. And it doesn't work. There's other, especially now, and I really feel it since that winter solstice, Jupiter retrograde, Saturn, Jupiter retrograde, that the way that true power is being expressed, life itself, Mother Magic, whatever, is choosing different outlets, and it's people like us. And we need to let go of the ways of this world and be pioneers and realize that we can, it's like the Bible says, you can do all things, just like in your dreams. So, just like in a dream, people around you can actually believe it's crazy convid stuff. So that means, you know, I think I've kind of beat that point across pretty heavy. Yeah, do all things. What else was I say? Alright, I think that's about it. If you want to check that, like I said again, I really recommend the guy's videos, and I'll put a recent video of his in the description. And the video, like, really hit home with me. It's so simple, but basically the premise of the 7-minute video is remind yourself daily that you are different